It's 6:30 on Wednesday morning. I'm just about to start my food diary for Sophie to kind of have a look at what I'm eating over the next 3 days. And I've just weighed myself and it's not pretty. And I'm just about to do my blood sugar, which I haven't done for weeks, months, and I'm pretty, I've kind of been avoiding it. So my blood sugar is showing 4.3 and a hematocrit of 42 to 45%, which is pretty decent. I just aim to keep that down as low as that. It's not the best test to do in the morning, and I haven't actually calibrated the test kit yet, so I'll probably do the same thing again tomorrow and try and calibrate it tonight when I come home. Not a bad start though.
Hi, Emma Stepto here, and my top running tip is to get your pacing right. That means planning for your perfect race, planning for the time that you want and what that pace would be to achieve that, and then going through your training plan and building in particular runs so you get used to running at that pace, so you know what it feels like, you know what it sounds like, and sometimes that'll mean running it on your own so that you can actually concentrate on what you're trying to achieve in your training, and set out in your race at your exact race pace. Take into account the weather conditions, the course. If you've been training properly, you will have practiced on a course that's similar to that, and you'll know how that pace feels. It should even feel a little bit easier in the start because you will have taken for the race. But if you get your pacing right, everything will fall into place. Even when things go wrong, you can still pull it back. So go out there, enjoy it, and don't forget your lucky racing pants.
Welcome to week 24. On Monday, today's Friday, Monday, I'm going to be 42 years old.
The answer to the great question,
Yes.
of life, the universe, and everything,
Yes.
is,
Yes.
is
Yes.
42. It was a tough assignment.
42? It's funny, isn't it? As you kind of get older, you start to realise that you should probably have your it together. It really doesn't feel to me like I've got together yet. I'm 42 years old, and I should probably be a bit better at being an adult than I am. Anyway, I guess kind of being born around Armistice Day kind of puts things into perspective almost every year for me, and I'm hoping I can try and be a bit of a better adult from Monday onwards maybe. But as it stands at the minute, we're off to Cornwall in the next couple of hours to spend the weekend with a couple of friends down in Polperro, and I don't drink really. I'm not a drinker. I have been in the past, but this last 5 or 6 years I haven't really drunk. I've been teetotal, but this weekend I usually kind of have a few drinks on my birthday, so that'll be good fun. Looking forward to having good laugh with my mates down in Cornwall. What's been going on this week? Well, last Monday, before swimming at Masters, I met up with Sophie, who's a friend of mine that I swim with, an amazing swimmer. She swam 1:12 for 100 this morning. I managed to get under 1:12. Swam two 100s at 1:20 today, so the swimming is going okay. Sophie's a great swimmer. She's a phenomenal nutritionist as well. I would definitely check out what she's up to on Instagram. Her food looks amazing, and she's going to help me out, give me a bit of guidance, a little bit of support, and some accountability, which I think is important. In the middle of doing a food diary at the minute, which obviously today, probably until the end of the weekend, I'm gonna sack off for my birthday. But she's going to give me some good ideas, some recipes, and some guidance on that. In terms of training this week, training's been okay. Run's not been great, not because of my knee, funnily enough. I went out for a longer run on Wednesday night in Bristol, and I just had a stitch that I couldn't shake. And then I was going to go for another run later on in the week, but time just took over. It's mental at the minute with all sorts of kind of admin stuff going on. But I did manage to do 2 pretty horrific and therefore brilliant turbo sessions that I hated and loved at the same time. And both the swim sessions this week have been really good. So I managed to get the two swims, 2 bikes, and half of one of the runs done that I was planning to do. But ultimately it's been a fairly good week, I think, considering how busy everything's been. I think the focus really being 42 on Monday, just it makes you think a little bit about what other people have done and where you've got to in life, doesn't it, every time you get to a birthday. And I guess that's really all I'm trying to think about is making sure that between now and my next birthday that things move forwards. I think that's the key thing, isn't it? With any birthday, you kind of tend to look at what you've done in the last year or so. And I remember turning 40 and thinking that I don't want to feel like an old person, and I don't feel like an old person at the moment. So the next week or so, the plan for the next week or so, 2 swims, 2 bikes, 2 runs. Get his food diary done. I have actually been eating a bit better since the Wednesday, Thursday. I've been writing the food diary, been eating a bit better. This weekend, that's going to go out the window a bit. And then again, next week, starting again, Monday, Tuesday, get that diary written up, see what Sophie's got for me, and just carrying on, really. That's really the plan. Nothing's really changed massively. So this one's for you guys. Many thanks, cheers for all the messages as per usual, and have a great weekend. And I'm going to sync one for you guys.
So my top triathlon tips would be to create a list of everything that you should need, and then the night before go through that list and ensure that everything is together and packed up to put in the car the next morning. This will give you a lot more confidence going into your race, knowing that everything is together. When you arrive at your race, give yourself plenty of time, as this is vital in order to make sure that you know exactly what's going on with the course, so you know exactly where the swim exit is, the bike and the run entrance and exits are, and exactly where you're racking your bike. If there's any kind of features near your bike, use them as kind of sight marks or landmarks to try and pinpoint your bikes, as a lot of the time there's loads and loads of bikes in the transition area and most people do run past them. So if you can try and find something to pinpoint your bike by, it will save you a lot of time and give you a lot more confidence. Also within transition, you want to practice before you go to your race, kind of going through every step so you know exactly what's the best and quickest way to get into your and out of your transition. So I find for me, having my race route already done up, clipped up, that I can just step into it and put it on a lot quicker than clipping up around my middle, as I am full of adrenaline and my hands are really shaky, so this takes more time. And then I'd also suggest practicing kind of leaving your shoes on the bike and jumping onto your bike and putting shoes on as you're going. And I'd also suggest leaving your shoes on when dismounting, as this can save a lot of time, which can make a big difference in the races such as sprint and standard. When you're going to a race, try and ignore everyone else. Everyone else will have their own opinions on how to race, they have their own like amazing looking bikes, which kind of might scare you a little bit. It's to focus on yourself and just think at the end of the day it's the person who has worked the hardest with their training and is the strongest. I would also say that just to enjoy your race. A lot of the time everyone can get very worked up and not happy with it if it's not a PB or if that hasn't gone the way you've planned, but just the fact of getting to that start line and then getting to that finish line is a massive accomplishment which a lot of people won't be able to do. So it's all about enjoying it, taking in your surroundings and sharing it with everyone on social media later.